anytime that you need to pause and all. Like, I literally can't hear. And I have my volume all the way up. Oh, I don't know. It's showing up for me that I'm talking. I mean, I can hear you, but it's like I have you, like, at the lowest sound possible. And usually it's not like that on my computer. Does it still sound that way? Yeah. Maybe my ears are just that congested that I can't hear. I don't know. I mean, I'm not.
I'm just very soft-spoken tonight.
I guess we'll see on the recording.
We'll find out. Just talk as loud as you can.
Right, well, I'm not gonna do that.
Well, don't get hurt if I don't understand what you're saying. Because I can't hear. I don't know what it is.
Well, guys, welcome back to this week's episode. We got a lot to talk about, so I'm gonna try and make this as painless as possible. I guess I'll word it as, we got a lot to talk about because everything's coming back. We got a lot going on this week. Holy smokes. And yeah, but we'll kick off with stupid statistics.
Alright. So first things first. Only 12 NFL teams have won 10 or more playoff games since the 2000s. 2000 or
Yeah,
2000.
since 2000.
Yeah.
Does that surprise you?
No. It does not.
I'd be willing to bet you can get one out of the 3 teams with the most wins.
One out of the 3 teams with the most wins?
Yeah.
Oh, the Patriots?
Yeah. You could probably get another one too.
Would it be the Broncos?
No.
No. I have to think of like all the teams because I'll say the wrong name if I don't say it correctly. Like if I'm not thinking about it.
Do you want a hint?
Is it the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah.
I just didn't want to say it.
Yeah, they're third.
They're third. Okay, who else is?
I don't know if you'll get this other team.
Bill. Want to be the Cardinals?
Want to be the Bears? Want to be the Panthers? Want to be the Dolphins? Who was like? Could it be the? I don't know why I'm thinking the Packers. I don't think that's right. The Packers are top 6. Is it the Bengals? No, because the Bears and the Cardinals have the same number of wins. I'm like forgetting things. That's the problem. I'm forgetting teams. Oh, is it the Vikings? No, they're also tied with the Cardinals and Bengals. Would I be able to get this? Am I just being dumb right now? I mean, hold on. Is it the Steelers? No, it's not the Steelers. No, but they're top 5. They won the Super Bowl. The Rams? No, it wasn't the Rams. Who was it? I'm thinking of. Oh, is it the Eagles?
Yeah.
You know, I was gonna say that earlier, but I was like, I don't think that's right. Okay. I should have gone with it. It's like code names last night. I should have just gone with it. Okay. I tried. Fun games. I'm gonna have to make that like in the 2 times speed. Okay. The next one for stupid statistics is sunflower seed consumption during a single MLB game is estimated to exceed 10 million shells. You know, I don't get the hype around.
Me either. I mean, I don't know. They just taste bland to me.
But I was like, ew. I don't get the hype. Is it by like I would understand peanuts. Like boiled peanuts, like true. Peanuts. But I don't get the hype around. I mean, sunflower seeds are safer because, you know, people have peanut allergies, but I don't know. I don't get the hype around that. Anyways, next one is Paul Robinson remains the only goalkeeper with 5 career assists.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
That is interesting. And then Fernando Torres still holds the record for scoring in 7 different competitions in one season. Oh, nice.
Yeah. I mean, you know, goalkeepers don't typically give assists in games, but the fact that this guy was able to score in 7 different competitions, typically you play 3 or 4, so to be able to do it in 7 is crazy.
And then we have speaking of the Cardinals, and then we have the Cardinals wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. had 25% of his targets on go routes Sorry, I almost stumbled over my own words.
No, you're fine. So this just means that he gets targeted for a lot of one-on-one matchups, and this was the most, I believe, in the league. So he's a very vertical player, so the ball's up where only he can get it, which is very ironic considering his quarterback is Kyler Murray. And he's not known for throwing.
Interesting. And then we have PSG's Bradley Barcola missed 12 big chances, the most of any players in the Champions League last season.
Yeah, and Bayern wanted to sign him.
Really?
But we didn't.
Okay, cool. But anyway, speaking of soccer, now to soccer.
Yes, like we said last week, preseason started. We got a lot more games. We had the unofficial, official, whatever you want to call it, Premier League opener kind of. Their first trophy type thing this season. So it was Crystal Palace against Liverpool because Crystal Palace won the FA Cup and Liverpool won the league. So they played each other, and the game ended officially 2-2. But Crystal Palace won on penalties. They had 3 penalties. Liverpool only had 2. So Crystal Palace won another trophy, and I think that they're one of the only clubs to win the Community Shield on their first game with the opportunity to win it. Does that make sense? Did I word that okay?
It does. I can't hear half the things you're saying, so I'm just gonna nod and.
Oh, okay. So they've never played for the Community Shield before. So since this was their first time playing it and they won it, they're one of the only teams to do that. That makes more sense. There we go. That makes a little bit more sense.
It does, yes.
But as we said last week with Heung-min Son going to LAFC, he signed this past week, and he made his debut last night, and he was able to get them a penalty after he was subbed on. The penalty was in the 86th minute, and that was to tie the game 2-2. So it was a pretty clear penalty. Whoop-de-doo. But then just some notable scorelines here. So we had Chelsea beating AC Milan 4-1. AC Milan was actually down 2-0 inside 10 minutes. So and then they got a red card in the 18th minute to add on to all of their struggles here. So tough luck. I think it's going to be another tough season at AC Milan, unfortunately. And then Barcelona beat Como 5-0. No surprise there. Arsenal beat Athletic Club 3-0. Again, not shocking. And then Bayern beat Tottenham 4-0. We were only up 1-0 at halftime, so we got 3 goals in the second half. But the second half, we actually played I think majority of the game, actually. We had some of our academy players playing, and they cooked. Let me just tell you, they cooked. They really did, and I'm really happy that we got one of them to sign a professional contract. And he is going to wear the number 42 this season after Jamal is taking the number 10. And the irony behind that is that Jamal signed his contract at a certain age, and this guy did it just 1 day later than what Jamal's age was. And I was like, well, you can't tell me that's not ironic, because now he's taking Jamal's number, and he did it pretty much the same age. So.
Wait, Jamal's losing his number?
Yeah, he switched to number 10, because Leroy left. Which, ironically, did you know he played? So you know how we were chanting about getting him on a plane to Turkey. So he had a big one-on-one chance like the one that we saw, and it was nowhere near close to the goal. Like, I'm talking, the goal was like, the top of the goal was like here, the ball was all the way up here. And it was a 1v1, and I was like, this is why we sold you to Turkey.
I still can't get over the fact that one guy was like, my friend was like, I didn't know what they meant by that. I was like, I know. Because you don't really know what you're talking.
Fake fan. Well, he's a Chelsea fan, so.
Yeah, when I say friend, I mean loosely.
Anyways, we're gonna move over to the NFL now because we're salty.
Anyways, now to the NFL. Caleb Williams, despite being a top draft pick, had the lowest yards per attempt among starters at just 6.3 YPA and was sacked 68 times, the most in the league. Yards per attempt.
I was like, you just said it.
I know. You got me there.
But yeah, I just don't like Caleb Williams. I think he's a fraud. So it's the I'm not gonna say it out loud, but you can take the context clues of what it is.
Anyways, leave that there. So the Falcons have ranked dead last in pressure rate for 5 straight seasons.
And they wonder why they can't win games. Well, okay, they can win games. I'm not gonna.
Depends on who they're playing against.
Exactly. And the fact that they choked last season again. And they're always like, oh, we signed all these good defensive players that don't do jack for them. It's like, come on, guys. Do something better.
Right? So the Titans running back Spears is expected to be out a few weeks due to his sprained ankle. It's preseason, y'all. Everyone's getting hurt per usual. And then the Colts' third-round rookie cornerback Justin Wally suffered a season-ending ACL tear.
Yeah, I saw the injury.
Yeah, made me cringe. You know the Chargers offensive tackle we were talking about with the big contract extension? Well, he ruptured his patella and is out for the rest of the season. Just hearing about it makes me like audibly want to cringe or throw up. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. Again, not another good injury that you want to see.
No. And then the Jaguars kicker Cam Little hit a 70-yard field goal. I saw this. Didn't you post this on our story?
Yes, I did. It doesn't technically count because it's an unofficial game because it's preseason, which sucks. But he said he's going to hit another 70-yarder during the regular season. And I'm going to hold him to that. And I really hope that he hits it because then we can be like, oh, look at this. This is so cool. But it's preseason, so it doesn't technically count.
Love that. Prayers to him. Hopefully he'll do it. And then the Christmas just got a bit brighter. I'm so excited. So it's the Lions versus the Vikings, and then the Cowboys versus the Commanders, and the Broncos versus the Chiefs, and the Lions will be at the Vikings, the Cowboys will be at the Commanders, and the Broncos will be at the Chiefs.
I'm most excited for the one game with both teams that start with C. But it's interesting to note that it will be playing at Washington and not at Dallas, because Dallas is the indoor stadium, but the other team has an open stadium outside. So weather will be a factor, and it will be in the Northeast, and you just never know what weather you're gonna get. So it's gonna be awesome. Whereas the Lions and Vikings will both be indoors, but the Broncos and Chiefs will also be outdoors, but it's the Chiefs. So we can hope, because last year it came down to a field goal. It was 36-33, I think. They almost won. Yeah, so that's probably why that game got there.
I'm just excited, period. Like, who doesn't love football on Christmas?
And then, they're NBA games, but those are whatever.
You guys
It's
know
not the NFL.
it's not. Anyways, technically this would be racing. We're gonna do IndyCar, but there is F1, but there is no F1. So to M.
Right, yeah. So, as we mentioned last week, we will do a mid halfway through the season video. That's not this week though. We already have something recorded. I feel like you guys are gonna like it, so be on the lookout for that. I don't want to give a day. I don't want to give a day when that's being posted because I want to edit it correctly and I want to make it look nice. That might be coming out later in the week, but it will still be out sometime this week. But
Just keep a lookout for it.
Yeah, IndyCar now. So we were at Portland this week. We had a driver get his first win of the season, and the IndyCar title was secured, unfortunately, after a dominant year, and then mechanical issues kind of played a big factor here, and it kind of changed how the race outcome went. But yeah, so lap 1, Pato got a good start from pole. Alex Palou got he made up a place. So Pato got pole because Christian, who actually got pole, had a 7th-place IndyCar penalty. Well, engine penalty because he had to change his power unit, along with Santino, Ferrucci, and Joseph Newgarden. So it wasn't just him with the only penalty. And then lap 3, we got our first caution after Santino Ferrucci crashed. I shouldn't be laughing at that, but I am because I found it hilarious. And then lap 5, the running order pretty much stayed the same in the top 5. We had Pato, Felix, Will, Alex, and then David. And then lap 8, we got our restart. But then, right in turn 1, we had a spin between Louis Foster and Rinus VK. So then we got another caution. But on the restart at lap 11, Pato was still leading. But Christian got up to P5, starting from P7. So that was good for him. And then lap 15, this had been brewing for a couple laps. Connor Daly crashes after contact with Christian Rasmussen, resulting in a caution. And let me tell you, I saw them going back and forth on track because of I forget what initially happened, but Connor didn't take it the right way, and so then like a lap or 2 later, he kind of like nudged Christian in a way that was like low-key unsportsmanlike, but we don't have to talk about that. And then he was able to overtake him. Well, then come the next lap or 2, Christian pretty much runs him off the track in a high-speed zone. So like, we're lucky the car didn't like fly, because when you see these cars, it looked like the trajectory was gonna go like this and then this, but it just stayed flat. So thankfully, nothing bad happened. But Connor Daly did put out a very interesting tweet, pretty much blaming Christian, and yeah, and I don't think Christian got a penalty for it. So yeah, he probably should have gotten a penalty, but it's okay. But then lap 17, pit lane opened, so then Pato and Felix went in, and Will and Alex took the lead because, well, Will's a Chevy driver. I don't know why he stayed out, but Alex is Honda, and the Honda cars have been known to get better mileage this season. And then lap 21, where it all went wrong. Pato got a power unit failure, and pretty much what I read is that one of the wires disconnected and it just dropped, and there was no way for him to fix it inside when it happened. So he had to go to pit lane, and I saw videos of them pushing him back to his pit box, and I was like, dang it. And then Will Power got the lead because Alex Palou and Scott McLaughlin ended up pitting based on other strategies, and then lap 34, Graham Rahal got the lead, but then he pitted, so it went back to Will. And then around lap 40, Alex started making a charge against the other top drivers. I think it was Christian and Will at that point. But then lap 46, Will went on to hards, and the other guys were on the softs, so that wasn't great. But then Alex Palou pits lap 60 for used tires, which aren't as great as the stickers are, because the stickers are the brand new ones, but these were scrubbed. So he had done a couple laps on them, but he couldn't do anything behind Christian Lundgaard, and then they started battling, which allowed Will Power to kind of build a gap between all of them, and then lap 100, they were all pretty much separated by under 3 seconds, but Will Power was able to close out the race, and Alex Palou clinched his championship for this season with his third place finish, which was unfortunate. Especially because Pato was 10 laps down due to his wire issue, which so ticked off about, but that's okay. That's okay. But Will Power gets his first win of the season. Christian Lundgaard got second, and Alex Palou got third. So Alex Palou clinches his 4th title. So we don't have to do points because it's pretty much set in stone where everyone's gonna somewhat finish. At least the top 3 are. So yeah, but we'll go over to NASCAR, which I didn't even write where they were racing, but there was a NASCAR race. So our stage 1 winner was Chris Buescher. Stage 2 was Ryan Blaney. The top 5 of the race were Chase Briscoe in 5th, William Byron in 4th, Chris Buescher in 3rd, Christopher Bell in 2nd, and the rookie Shane Van Gisbergen won. So he actually won by 11 seconds, and he's the first rookie in NASCAR history to win 4 Cup races. So shout out to Shane Van Gisbergen. Holy mackerel. But we have a new points leader. William Byron takes the top step. He has 812 points with 2 wins. Chase Elliott is now in 2nd with 770. Denny Hamlin is in 3rd with 731. Christopher Bell in 4th with 727 points. Kyle Larson in 5th with the same amount of points, but the difference is Bell has 3 wins. Kyle only has 2. Ryan Blaney in 6th with 710 points. Tyler Reddick in 7th with 701 points. Chase Briscoe is in 8th with 674 points. Alex Bowman in 9th with 644 points. And Chris Buescher rounds out the top 10 with 618 points. This is just a reminder that the top 16 drivers will head into the playoffs. So some drivers that are still fighting for the last 3 playoff spots, because 13 are already clinched, include Austin Cindric, Kyle Busch, Ross Chastain, Ty Gibbs, Brad Keselowski, and Carson Hocevar. For those of you who don't recognize the name Carson Hocevar, he's really funny. And he's like really active on social media, which is how I know who he is, because he was just all over my feed today. I don't know what it was, but it was just him with a microphone. And he was streaming on iRacing.
Oh yeah, he is funny.
Yeah.
He is.
Okay. But yeah, so that rounds up NASCAR and racing. So we will head over to the radar points.
Radar points. So mine from last week was any of the preseason games, and it's gonna stay that way. Keep watching the preseason games. I'm not gonna suggest any just because preseason's for all of us to kind of figure out how everyone's doing and stuff. And honestly, to me, I would probably watch the Commanders game, and I think that might actually be a Monday game. Because I think they're playing the Bengals. Now I gotta look. I could be wrong. Let's see. Yeah, the Bengals versus the Commanders is Monday. The Bills versus the Bears, I feel like it's gonna be a pretty
That's gonna be pretty lopsided.
Yeah. Choose to watch by purpose. Because even the Browns and the Eagles seem very that's a lot. Maybe the Patriots and the Vikings would maybe be a good game to watch. Maybe.
It really depends on if the starters are playing or not.
Yeah.
We played the Patriots last week, and we didn't play any of our starters, but they played some of theirs, and they beat us 20-7. It's come on, guys, you're not even playing the first team.
So it really is up to you what you're gonna watch. It's also when you guys have the time to watch it too, because some of these are
if you can even watch them, because they changed
I know.
And there's only certain ones that are in market. Which, by the way, did you know, for me, the one in market was the Panthers game and not the Patriots game?
I think the one that they were showing that I could have watched was the I was looking through things the other day, and I didn't put it on because of that exact reason, and I can't figure out which one it was. I think it was the Steelers.
Why is that showing up for you?
I know, and I was I don't want to watch that.
Gosh, that's terrible.
Yeah, so
Melissa's, I love
I totally
that the teams were reversed there for us.
Love that.
Right.
Anyways, to you.
My game this week is Bayern versus Stuttgart. This will be the DFB Super Cup on Saturday. For those of you who don't know what this is, whoever wins the DFB Pokal and whoever wins the league will play kind of like the Community Shield in the Premier League. That's what this is the equivalent to, but for the Bundesliga. We should win. We should win. Let's put it that way. If we don't, someone's getting a talking to. Probably you guys, because you know how I get after Bayern lose. So, fun times. But I just remembered one thing that we didn't say, is that Thomas Muller finally made his MLS move permanent, and he signed a contract with the Vancouver Whitecaps. So he will be playing in MLS this upcoming season.
Same.
So yeah, I just thought of that.
Anyways, so if you like this video, please like this video. And if you'd like to see more of our videos, please subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you don't miss those videos, especially because we have some fun videos coming out now that it's summer break for F1. So keep a lookout for those. And then go follow our social media pages. The links are in our description down below because we have a ton: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, the whole shebang. Go check them out. And then let us know in the comments any of the preseason games, or if you're going to watch the Bayern versus Stuttgart, or your thoughts on the NASCAR, or any, like, the IndyCar races, or any of